Definitely another tutorial.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a look that I posted on Instagram a couple of days ago. And for this look, I basically decided to try to use colors from a palette that I like a lot that I haven't used yet. So whenever we buy a palette, it's usually because we're gravitated towards certain colors in the palette. And for me, majority of the time, I wind up using those colors and sometimes never touching any of the other shades. So that's what I did with my Morphe 3502 palette. First shade that I dipped into is this really pretty color called Brunette. It's a really dark brown, and basically I'm putting it right here, and I put it all over my crease and above my crease. And what I really want to do, I don't know why, but always in this corner I always get a patch, and I'm starting to believe it's my eye and not my eyeshadow. I'm going to soften this line some more, and you can do this from by tapping or by blending, but I suggest tapping instead of blending, because what winds up happening when we blend the eyeshadow out is it blows out, and that's not what you want to happen in this instance. I'm going to go into the shade Chestnut, and again I'm tapping this color right on top of the Brunette shade from the palette, literally right on top of it, just like that. And this is a technique that I've seen a lot of girls that I follow on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram doing. And it's basically just layering the eyeshadows before you blend them together. I thought it was crazy at first because I was like, you must spend so much time sitting there blending. But actually, it turns out pretty fine. And then the final color that I'm going to layer, and I know this sounds crazy because you're probably like, girl, you should blend that out. The final color that I'm going to layer is called Universal. And this is actually a color that I do use. I don't use it often, but I do use it. So I decided to just put this right up at my brow bone, just like that. And at this point, when you get your final eyeshadow on, it doesn't have to be 3 like mine, and it doesn't have to be all the way up to your brows like mine. But when you get the final brow color on, you want to go ahead and start blending. Now, one thing I will say is I don't know how well this technique would work with other eyeshadow bases. I know people do it with concealer, but if you are a perfectionist and you don't like seeing lines whenever you blend out your eyeshadow, I really don't know how well concealers or anything would blend eyeshadows, when you apply them like this. So you may have to layer them the other way, where you start light and then go dark, and you just blend everything out as you go instead of layering them on top of each other and then blending them. So yeah, basically that's how I did the first 3 eyeshadows. And of course I'm going to sit here and make sure that everything comes together pretty seamlessly, because I don't want no mess on my face. And one thing I will do is take my tiny blending brush. This is a Morphe M507 brush, and I will go back in with that lighter shade, because what winds up happening is depending on how strong your other colors are or how bold they are, they can kind of sort of take over. And if you're someone who doesn't want to lose any of the colors in your makeup, having a tiny brush can really help. So yeah. And then right up in here, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm a little raspy. Yesterday I went to a gathering and we were like screaming, singing Beyonce. It was fun though. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is take this is a Sephora Smoky Crease Brush, and this is what it looks like. And I'm going to tap the black eyeshadow from the same palette onto my inner and outer corners, like so. If you recreate this look, you don't have to use the same colors. You can use whatever colors you want. You can go light, you can go dark. And then what I'm gonna do is take this same blending brush that I used earlier and a little bit of the dark brown shadow, the brunette, and I'm just going to soften the black a little bit. And I want the black to stand out, but I don't want it to take over the whole look. And that's why I'm layering the brunette on top of it. So what I'm gonna do is take the tiny blending brush I was using earlier and put the brunette right on top of the edge of the black. And this tiny brush comes in handy because I can blend in place, meaning I can soften the lines of the eyeshadow without having the eyeshadow go everywhere that I don't want it to be. We're not gonna leave it like that. That looks crazy. So I'm going to use more of the mauve because, like I said, I don't want to lose any of the other colors while blending out the black. And I used a lot of black because I needed the black, but you know, I don't want it taking over everything. I kind of wanted to give its depth and then, you know, stay in place where I put it. So I'm just checking my mirror to make sure everything is like it's supposed to be. Coming back in with this tiny brush to soften any harsh spots. I'm looking at my monitor and my mirror too, because sometimes the mirror doesn't tell you what is going on in your eye like the monitor does. The monitor is going to tell the truth, the unseen truth anyway. Okay, so the next part of this is really just me putting eyeshadow primer on the center of my lid, but the thing is that it's not supposed to be harsh, meaning there's no line to this quote-unquote halo. So I'm just tapping a little bit, and when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit of PLOUISE eyeshadow base onto the center of my lid. And the difference here is because my cut creases usually stop right there. I'm actually going to bring it up a little bit further than that. And I'm tapping the eyeshadow base in because, like I said, I want it to not be harsh. And I'm just bringing this all the way up, opening my eye to make sure that it's where I want it to be. And of course, whenever you're doing a halo or cut crease or whatever, you want to make sure that everything is blended out on the edges. So wherever your eyeshadow, your halo, is meant to transition into another eyeshadow, you want to make sure that the base you use is blended out. That'll make it much easier for you to blend your halo color into everything else. Okay, sorry if my camera keeps moving. I was wiggling it by accident. But anyway, so now we're going to get into these halo colors. So the first one I'm going to be using, oh, that's really funny. It's called Halo. And I am placing this on the very outside of the halo. And the reason being is because I'm going to be using 3 to 4 colors. So I need these to be layered correctly. The next one that I'm putting on is called Polished. And again, since I'm layering them, I'm putting them right on top of each other. And because these colors they're all warm, they're from the 3502 palette, they're going to blend into each other seamlessly, which is really the point. So the next one that I'm going to be using is called Zodiac. And this one, I'm going to teeter into it. I don't even know where that word came from. But yeah, I'm just going to tap it on like that. And then, oh, this one is called Pure. And I'm just putting that right down the middle. Just like that. And sometimes I won't even make the effort of doing this. Like I won't even layer them out. But since this is a tutorial, I needed to give you guys a visual. So I'm going to wipe off my brush. And the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, blend out the perimeter. And this is really important because I don't want this color to, what is the word? I don't want this color to be too mixed in with the other ones because I want a really nice transition, if that makes any sense. Then I'm going to come up here and soften this out, okay? Because like I said, this isn't really a harsh halo. And quite frankly, then I just drag the colors together. Yep. It's that easy. Now, when I originally did this look, the halo was smaller and more centered than this one is. But like I said, for teaching purposes, I'm doing it this way. So yeah, just blend them all together on either side. What I'm going to do is take this tiny brush, and the tiny brush has the darker eyeshadows on it, and that's what I'm going to use to, again, make sure everything transitions into each other really well. And that's the difference. Alright, so I'm going to finish the rest of my face. For underneath my eyes, I literally just put black eyeliner down here and reflected the transition shades. Absolutely nothing special. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the final look. I'm just putting on mascara because I'm not really in the mood to put on eyelashes. And I think I'm running out of eyelash glue too, so I'm just going to put on this mascara on my real eyelashes, and I hope that is enough for you guys. But this is the final look. But yep, here we go. This is the final look. Anywho, thank you for requesting this video, you guys. As you all know, I've kind of transitioned into filming upon request, so thank you so much for this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that y'all learned something from it. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!